This is Volusia Today, a public information radio program brought to you by the County of Volusia.
Good morning, Volusia County. My name is Michael Ryan, and you are listening to Volusia Today, Volusia County's one and only trusted source for local news. Clayton?
That was quick and to the point.
Quick and to the point.
I love it.
That's me, quick and to the point, never.
Unlike me, I kind of ramble on and on and on and on.
But you're so eloquent, though. And that accent, man, it's so dreamy. Like, I love to hear you ramble on and on and on.
I know Heather would have to disagree with you on that.
Yeah, that's true. Heather chose not to be here today, so her opinion does not count. Good morning, man. You got a big weekend in front of you?
Not so much big weekend, but a relaxing weekend, hopefully. The weather's supposed to be awesome,
yes.
90 degrees. Going to be hitting the pool, maybe the beach. So just to always plug in there for our beach safety friends that if for our residents and visitors, if you are going to be checking out the beach this weekend, Maggie, what should people always do?
Stay safe and swim near a lifeguard.
You nailed it.
She says it like duh.
Hey, just got to reiterate that. And also download the Volusia Beaches app. You can find weather conditions, ocean conditions, and where those staff lifeguard towers will be.
That dreamy Kentucky voice you're listening to is my co-host Clayton. And Maggie, we kind of introduced you. Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Also our co-host.
Yeah, it's a fun time. I love being here.
With that dreamy Ormond Beach voice?
Oh, yeah. Well, originally South Florida, West Palm. But, now we're here. I guess Ormond Beach now, so.
You have big plans? You're planning plants this weekend. You're working in the garden, aren't you?
Oh, yes. No. My parents are coming to town this weekend, so we're making some wedding decisions, hopefully. So.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. We've been trying, but fingers crossed this weekend we actually get some decisions made. So
we'll have to keep our listeners updated on your wedding venue progress.
Yeah. All our listeners are sitting on the edge of their seat. Where are we going to get married?
If there are, I was just thinking, if there are any consistencies to this show, it's me showing up a minute before we go live and Maggie's wedding.
What's new?
I'm pretty sure that's the only reason people tune in.
Well, yeah, they need to keep updated, obviously.
Did you find a location?
No, that's the big decision that has to be made this weekend. We've narrowed it down to 3. So we're going to tour all 3 and with my parents, and hopefully they'll have an opinion. We have a favorite, but they're incled in that decision-making process too. So we'll see what they have to say, and then hopefully we can land.
Now, how much weight does her fiance's opinion have in this?
James has a lot of an opinion.
Okay.
I give him a lot of credit.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, he thinks about things that I don't always think about. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. And he's like, okay, but we're in the middle of nowhere, and how are people going to get here?
Yeah.
So he's a lot more logistic, where I get very much like, I'm like, oh my God, how cool is this?
Yeah.
It's like, Maggie, okay, come back down to earth. Like, let's think about this. So yeah, he's got some good opinions when it comes to wedding venues.
Wait, so have the two of you already toured these 3 locations?
Yes. So we have seen them. We started with the both of us going, and then we realized I just need to go vet it out, and then he would go.
Yeah, good plan.
So this is probably our 4th time touring all of these venues, because we would go me and him, and then him and his parents, and then my parents would come into town. So
wait, have your parents toured all 3 of them already?
No, this is their first time touring them. Okay. Yeah, so it'll be interesting. So we'll see.
Well, so to Clayton's question, how much weight does your parents' opinion? You're live on the air, just so you know.
Yeah, I was going to say, hi, Mom, Dad. No, my parents honestly have such good, it kind of similar to James. They very much bring me back down to earth and think logistically. And so they have a very big pull on me for sure to make sure that I'm making the right choice. So I'm excited to see what they have to say. But I think they'll like all 3. So.
And what's the date again?
In February. We haven't picked a date. Depends on the venue. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with that. We look forward to hearing another update next week.
I'll keep you guys updated.
Yeah, next week we're gonna have a location, Clayton.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah, we'll see. It is in Volusia County. We know that. But
good call.
Yeah, obviously, I love Volusia County.
Look at the banner behind me.
Yeah, where else would I go?
Duh.
Can we do a live segment during the wedding?
Honestly, that would be so fun. That would be
that
awesome. You guys could mic me up on the altar,
We could do like The Bachelor, where you get your own wedding special.
Will you accept this final rose?
It's gonna be the most what do they call it? The most exciting rose ceremony ever, or whatever.
Oh my gosh, yeah, never before seen in Bachelor history, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we've seen it all in Bachelor history. So speaking of Volusia County, Clayton, it's an early start to our sea turtle season. Unofficial early start.
Unofficial, that's right. So technically, for about there, May 1st is the official start date of sea turtle nesting season, which rolls all the way through October 31st. But actually, last Saturday, we have officially confirmed our first sea turtle nest of the year up in Ormond Beach. So, that is a good sign, hopefully a good sign of another bustling year of sea turtle nests. Last year we had more than 1,500 nests, which was a record-setting number. So again, that just kind of shows, how environmentally conscious the county is, and we appreciate our residents, our property owners, who live on the beach, adhering to the lighting ordinances and all the other things. So again, all of that can be found on volusiaseaturtles.org about how you can help contribute that. Because starting May 1st, there are certain rules and regulations that go in because if you're out there certain lights, things like that, that could distract the baby turtles when they hatch from getting their way to the ocean. So again, there's a lot of good information on our website about how to help our marine life survive and thrive.
Clint, is that the definition of a false crawl?
No, a false crawl. Again, we need Heather here. She's, I think she's a little bit more into that world than I am. But my understanding is a false crawl is they go up there and they may have dug out a nest, but they actually didn't lay eggs.
Okay,
I think so. Don't quote me on that.
So, but bottom line is during sea turtle season, if you're driving on the beach, be careful. You should be careful every day. Look for the marked nest, and lights at night are a big deal because it does distract them and confuse them, and they end up sometimes not going back to the ocean where they need to go when they're trying to follow the moonlight. So that's a big start to sea turtle season and the summer for us. And in a related note, Clayton, this is also all about you. We just got authority or permission to continue construction along our coast, recovery construction from the hurricanes.
Oh yeah, the 2022 hurricanes Ian and Nicole, they ravaged our beaches. It was awful, and we were able last year because of destruction that we had. We were the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, they did approve for coastal construction to happen along our beach. Obviously, there's a lot of permits that have to be done, a lot of strict guidance, hours, ramps that could be used. Before any construction or even beach driving can happen that day, all the turtle survey teams who go out there and they actually mark any new nest or anything like that. It happened last year. The construction one coasted, it was a success. And there are still a number of properties that are still in the process, or they need to start construction. And there's still a number of beach access points, doing walkovers that the county and our local municipalities are currently repairing or are going to start preparing. So this is a huge win for our community, our visitors, because again, we pride ourselves on being the world's most accessible beach. Right. And we want to make sure that we get that back. You'll get all those walkovers back and everything. So again, the rules and regulations going to be kind of the same as last year. Turtle surveying before, strict guidance, all permits have to be pulled. The county will be strictly enforcing everything. Yeah. But
we use the term beaches kind of generically when we talk about ravaged our beaches, right? And it truly did. They truly did impact the beaches with a great deal of erosion and dunes and all that stuff. But what we're really talking about now is the coastline itself and a lot of the facilities and buildings. Yeah, and I'm glad you touched on because it's not just the private homeowners or the condos and stuff like that, but it's also public walkways and walkovers and beach ramps and stuff like that allow people access to the beach. Who don't necessarily live right there on the coast. So it's a big deal. And as you said, there's going to be strict oversight by the county. So it's a big deal. The faster we recover, the beaches are such an economic driver for us too, right? So the faster the beaches recover, the faster the local economy continues to improve.
And it showed last year's the first time we were able, because of the hurricanes, we were able to conduct coastal construction. Right. And like I just said a few minutes ago, it was a record-breaking nesting season. Right. So that shows that, the county is enforcing, we're stepping up to ensure that our marine life, our sea turtles are protected, and, to also facilitate and expedite the recovery efforts for both our private citizens and, the county municipalities' assets.
Yeah. This is a perfect example of how the county quite often has to walk the line between different constituencies and balance those needs. And that's because we tend to be the one kind of in between the cities and the residents and the homeowners and the conservationists who, want to make sure the turtles protected and stuff. We end up in the middle of that quite often. And it's a delicate balance that I think we're pretty good at, and we're pretty successful.
I think we were, because we did have a record-breaking season last year.
Yeah. And speaking of hurricanes too, we us in particular participated in a FEMA exercise this week because again, in addition to sea turtle season coming up, hurricane season is coming up.
Yeah, well, FEMA was in town this week. That's why I haven't seen much of you guys. So I've been at the EOC this all week for this simulated exercise. FEMA came in for a 4-day course. There's more than 80 participants from about 12 different entities, county divisions, local city governments, state and federal partners. And when FEMA came in to do this exercise, he said, we're not going to throw a hurricane scenario at you guys. You all go through this, unfortunately, far too often. A couple of years ago, we did a simulated plane crash at Daytona Beach International Airport, and there was an active shooter exercise last year. So they said, we're going to throw something different at you guys this year. They actually threw a building collapse scenario at us, something similar to what Surfside did in 2021. So it was an opportunity to see how the different entities could come together, who would be the lead entity, as far as our world, who would speak to the media, who would write the news releases, disseminate that, first responders, where they would announce family staging area, media staging area. So it was a wonderful opportunity for us to, again, exercise something that we're not familiar with. And again, we just want to reiterate that, this is a simulated exercise. There's absolutely no, plausible, like thinking that there's a building that could be on the verge of collapse or anything like that. It was just something they wanted to throw something different at us that we're not accustomed to.
Maggie, this was a first time experience for you.
Yeah, this is my first time. It was really my first time being in the EOC for any kind of emergency situation. Obviously, this was not a real emergency situation, thank God, but it was really interesting to see it. We talk about it, and I've heard you guys talk about it so much, about the connection and how people work together and the people who are in the room and how does that all work. And then to see it kind of come together in that way was really interesting. I kept laughing. I talked to my parents on the phone on my way home from work, and I was like, I feel like I was in an escape room all day, just like, where does this go? And like, this goes here, and this is a puzzle piece. But it really does kind of feel like that when you're in that situation. And it was kind of interesting to see firsthand, even though it's not real, to kind of simulate that exercise and what that would look like in a real life situation. Who would we need to call? Who would need to be there? All of that was so eye-opening for me.
And the networking opportunity alone was worth getting together, because they say, people change positions, and you could say, okay, if something like this were to happen in the near future, we know who to go to.
Yeah, and the part that I found really interesting was the way that the different, cities came together, and the people who we don't work with every day come into play, and the assistance that people are willing to hand out. Especially, obviously this is again a fake situation, but in real life you would hope that that would be the case. And so to kind of see how that comes into action a little bit was really cool. Just as an overall standpoint from my first time seeing it, I imagine it can be quite stressful in like a real situation, but it was really cool to see.
And the big thing, like I was trying to drive in, is we did have the media there just to kind of cover, wanted to show them what do we do, is a lot of people think our emergency management division and our emergency ops center exist only for hurricanes. Yeah, maybe that's their bread and butter, and that's what they're known for. But our emergency management team, they are so much more than just hurricanes, wildfires, flooding. Even when there are large-scale community events like NASCAR coming in, Bike Week, there's actually a little small scale. They are technically a very small scale operation there while those events are going on, just in case something happens. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Jim Judge, Clint Meekum, Aubrey Austin, Yolanda, all of their team members there that, you guys are much more than hurricanes, and we appreciate the planning and efforts you guys do day in and day out.
I tell you what, guys, let's take a break, and when we come back, we will talk a little bit more about hurricanes because there's an expo coming up too.
We are Volusia County Beach Safety. We're here to serve Volusia County's 47 miles of unique coastline. You know, Volusia County beaches. Yeah, those beaches. But also these beaches. We have millions of visitors every year, and we work around the clock to keep our beaches safe and beautiful. And you can help.
Swim near a staff lifeguard tower.
Pick up your trash and fill holes. Identify, avoid, and escape rip currents.
Please leave the beach cleaner than you found it.
There we go. Look out for one another and keep an eye on kids, especially near the traffic lane and in the water.
Pets are allowed at our 2 pet-friendly beaches, Lighthouse Point Park and Smyrna Dunes Park.
If you see something, say something.
A clean and safe beach guarantees fun in the sun for everyone. Thank you for doing your part to keep Volusia County beaches beautiful. See you at the beach!
Make the most of your day at the beach. Download the Volusia County Beaches app today. Sign up for real-time notifications on vehicle ramp openings and closings. Find staffed lifeguard towers. Get updates on tides and beach conditions, plus off-beach parking and coastal parks info. Volusia County Beaches app is available for your smart devices at the App Store and Google Play.
All right, welcome back to Volusia Today. We're talking about all things Volusia County this morning. And we were just talking about some hurricanes, and we have a Hurricane Expo coming up on May 4th. Clayton, do you know a little bit about that?
I hope to know a little bit about it since I am the emergency management media point of contact.
Hey, Maggie and I really hope you know something about it too.
Actually, we're going to have something on social media this weekend just to kind of help promoting a little bit more. We have been promoting it, but on Saturday, May 4th at the Volusia County Fairgrounds from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., there's going to be a large-scale expo that's going on, and this is not just people giving lectures. There are going to be multiple vendors there. There's going to be, talking about hurricane preparedness. You could look into like shutters, things like that. There's going to be safety demonstrations, how to actually put sandbags together, how to properly do other things, secure your homes, proper hurricane readiness kit that you and your family should have. So there's going to be all types of demonstrations. There will be experts there to give little brief presentations and talk to our residents one-on-one, kind of if they have certain needs. Obviously, we're going to be talking about flood insurance there. I know people are probably tired of hearing me talk about flood insurance, but we are about 30 days, just a little bit over 30 days from hurricane season. No, June 1st. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of turtle season. No, I am about 30 days.
It's a give or take.
Sorry, it's still early for me. The energy drink hasn't kicked it all the way in yet. But just for those people who do not have flood insurance, just remember it does take about 30 days for most flood insurance policies, about 30 days for it to become effective. So don't wait until you hear from Volusia County that a hurricane is out there in the Atlantic. It could be coming toward us, and you call your insurance company and say, "Hey, I want flood insurance." Because what they're going to tell you is like, "Yeah, that's fine. It's going to be this much. We'll put it on your policy, but it doesn't go into effect for 30 days." So that's going to be too late at that point. So this is the time to start planning for flood insurance.
Hi, Clayton. I think I've talked about this on the air before, but the one hurricane that I was at home, I was not in an emergency operations center. I was woefully ill prepared, and I had no water, and half the electricity went out, and I was running around screaming with like a chicken, and I had no idea what to do. And so this is a great service that the county participates in for the residents. And in Florida, we all joke about hurricane parties and. Instead of buying insurance, let's go buy a bunch of rum and lock our doors and hang out and have a party all weekend and stuff. This is really a good opportunity to go make sure you're prepared. Because there are things that you just don't think about until you're in the middle of it, until you're in the middle of a hurricane.
Well, I lived in Florida for almost 8 years, and I never thought about putting a tarp or a trash bag or something in between the sandbags and the doors. It makes all the sense in the world.
But you don't know that till you're in the middle of it. Yeah.
No, but so I learned that last year when we were getting ready for a hurricane. See, I'm like, and we actually put stuff on our social media about it, and a lot of residents visitors are like, I can't believe I've never thought of this either.
Right?
It's like, so just something like we'll add a layer of protection.
Yeah, especially for the new people in Volusia County who have never experienced a hurricane. I mean, this is a great opportunity for them to learn too.
Yeah. So let's switch gears a little bit and talk about from hurricanes to veterans. Clayton, there's a big event this weekend going on.
Actually, it starts in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The veteran stand down.
Hurry.
The veteran stand down. There are actually 2 days. So if you're just finding about it today, it's going on today and tomorrow at the Volusia County Fairgrounds. It's a veteran stand down event put on by our Veteran Services Division. There's going to be more than 40 different agencies there that serve veterans. So it's kind of like just another expo that people are able to walk around table to table, learn about that. There's going to be actually representatives from the VA there to talk to veterans and their dependents about potential benefits. There's going to be free food. They're going to be having haircuts there. So it's just a wonderful opportunity for our veteran community to come together and see what resources are available to him. I think was it last week or week before we had Scott Olson on the show from Veteran Services really talking about the event. It is a wonderful opportunity. So again, if you're working today, if you're not able to make it today, it's going on again tomorrow. Again, and this is the first time the county we've ever done it 2 days just because of the demand that we had for it. And people are saying, hey, this is great, but I've got a buddy that would love to come, but he's actually working today. That's why we're doing one on the weekday today and one on the weekend tomorrow.
That's a big deal. My father-in-law is living with us right now. He's a veteran. He gets his haircuts in my kitchen, which is always wonderful. Here's the point. There's free haircuts, free lunch. There's all kinds of free services for veterans out there. So, Ron, if you're listening, get out to the Veteran Stand Down and get your haircut. Get out of my kitchen, bro, and get your haircut out there. All right, well, let's take one more break, and we'll come back and wrap up the show.
Subscribe to the Volusia County YouTube channel.
And hit the bell icon to know what's happening in your hometown.
There are so many great places to explore.
And things to learn.
With over 1,000 videos available right now, the channel offers something for everyone.
Let's go!
Did you know we have countless features showcasing history, nature, wildlife, and recreation? Subscribe and hit the bell icon.
Or that we live stream important county meetings and workshops where leaders make decisions that can impact our everyday lives. Did you subscribe yet?
Or that we record our weekly radio show, Volusia Today, where we interview staff from the different divisions and departments across our great county, and they discuss the nitty-gritty of their field and expertise.
Go ahead, subscribe.
But that's not it. There's more. Subscribe and hit the bell icon and fully explore.
Score!
Happy Friday, everyone. This is Clayton Jackson, and you're listening to Volusia Today. So we talked about hurricanes, veteran stand-down event, a lot of things going along the coast. But for our travelers out there, there's something that you may want to be to tune in and put an ear up on this one, because I think you're going to be interested in this. Maggie, why don't you tell them what's going on at the airport?
Yeah, there's a TSA PreCheck event that kicks off this coming Monday, April 22nd, at the Daytona Beach International Airport. This is an opportunity for you to get, basically TSA PreCheck. You get the opportunity to now, speed through those lines, especially with the summer coming up. Everybody's traveling, everyone's going on their nice little vacations, and this is a great opportunity for you to make that travel nice and easy. And it seems like a pretty simple process too. We have it on all of our socials, and it's just 3 little quick steps you got to go through. Give us your information, meet up at the airport, and then you get your number and you get to go. So it's pretty easy.
Yeah, like I said, I have TSA PreCheck. It is wonderful. Especially for those travelers out there with young kids. Oh,
I'm sure. Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
It is a lifesaver.
We every chance we get, we leave our kids at home and travel alone. So I've not gone through that, but we have friends that travel with us, and they are pre-checked. And I tell you what, we walk into the airport at the same time, get out of the same car, the same parking lot, walk in, and every time we get to the gate, they're already sitting there with their coffee and bagel, because it took us an hour to go through TSA. So I think we're actually going to take advantage of this and go get pre-checked also.
Yep, the information is on the website. I think you do have to go online first, fill out
you have to make an appointment.
I think it'd be easier or expedite the process when you go to the airport if you just make a few clicks online, like actually put in some fill out some basic information and all that. I don't have the exact dollar amount from me. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's $78 for a 5-year membership. Not $78 annually, but $78 for the 5-year period.
Yeah, it's very inexpensive to do, and it can save you a heck of a lot of time. That's for sure.
Maggie, we talked about the beautiful weekend coming up. Beach safety, speaking of weekends and beauty and beaches, beach safety has an event coming up also. Yeah,
beach safety is hosting their second round of beach tryouts. They have a couple coming up. They have them every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., May 18th, May 25th, and June 1st. They have them from Ormond, Port Orange, Edgewater, and they get some pretty good pay, I have to say. $17 an hour as your starting pay is pretty good. You must be 16 years or older before or on June 1st. But other than that, I mean, it sounds like such a great opportunity.
Maggie, in the government, we tend to throw around our own terminology and acronyms and stuff a lot. We say beach safety. What does that really mean?
Lifeguards.
That's what that means, right?
Yeah, you get to have your own little moment on the beach. How cool is that? Yeah. Especially if you're in high school and you're looking for something fun to do and you get to learn so much. I mean, it's such a great opportunity for those kids out there.
Yeah.
Were you a lifeguard?
Oh my gosh, Clayton.
For some reason, maybe I'm thinking of somebody different.
I was the worst lifeguard ever for one summer in Western Massachusetts. Yeah, I think the only reason I did not get fired was because I was the only one that was scuba certified and could clean the pool. Oh. And so they kept me around to do that.
So you were the cleaning man.
I was. They let me sit on a stand every once in a while too. So we also we also always want to throw in a mention for the Ocean Center. And coming up, we have the Harlem Globetrotters on April 30th. Again, 7-year-old me, super excited about that. I never got to see him when I was a kid, so we're definitely going to go and check that out.
Yeah, and there's on that event, when you go to Ticketmaster.com, obviously there's the general admission tickets, but also there's like little VIP packages, like you meet the team before and after. And I think there's actually, you could do passes actually be interactive within the game itself.
Nice. The Ocean Center, lots of things going on out there, lots of more national events and coming up. So
yeah, I had to pick something up from the Ocean Center last week, and the cheerleaders were, it was crazy there.
Yeah.
I've got 2 boys, so it was a little different for me. But man, like trying to get through there, like the amount of foot traffic was crazy.
We were down there. I was down there. I think it was last Sunday. We were at the Hard Rock for a festival, and there were it was just mass chaos. There was, what it was, an escape room trying to get away from to get away from the cheerleaders and stuff. Well, you guys have a good weekend. Again, I talked about my father-in-law. Today is his last day with us. He's traveling back home. Mr. Clark, you have a good trip home. Clayton, good. What are you doing this weekend?
Probably hitting the beach or the pool.
Yeah. Maggie?
Wedding venue shopping.
And that's it.
Maybe the boat.
Your parents stay with you when they're in town?
Yeah, they stay with us. Yeah, it'll be nice to have them.
So it's going to be, and did you say it was going to be in the 90s? There's a 9 on it?
Yes.
I did not know that.
That's what I heard.
All right, Volusia County.
I'm not a weather person.
Not a meteorologist.
You are our weather person, Clayton. So Volusia County, get out, have a great weekend, enjoy the beaches, enjoy this beautiful weather, and always swim in front of a lifeguard.